But it's not the only problem with that guy. It's like, how you doing? I used to do meth running. I was addicted to that for 2.5 years, and coke and crack. Coke and meth were like my favorites, because like you get the adventure going. Coke, you already know what you do. Absolutely nothing, but you strive to. But you accomplish nothing. Meth, I found out I have ADHD. Because, you know, I was functioning finally. I could think clearly, I could do my job good, and I would build you a random moat in the front yard you did not ask for. Peace, psychosis. We do it all the same way, right? But crack is a weird thing I found out. Because, like, I found crack the way you all probably imagine you find it. You can't get coke. And I was like, well, my uncle's usually pretty high on this shit, metaphorically and physically, so let's try it. Boy. Smoking crack's like trying to jerk off to 20 things at the same time. Equally disappointing, too. Because you can't lock in on anything. But I got close with that crack dealer. His name was Bubba. He was a 54-year-old bowling coach in Beach Grove. Yeah. I call him Hick Hop because he likes swinging between, yo, man. Like, he did more for the word man than Terrence Howard did for Hustle and Flow. It's in my lingo now. But I remember one night we were celebrating something awesome. You know, he won state bowling champion or some shit like that. And so, like, we're just driving around and the state trooper gets behind us. And, like, I'm freaking out because I'm cracking on the Liberty Bell. But he's freaking out because he's got 35 grams on him. So he parks abruptly and decides to run the fuck out of the car and take off. And as the state troopers get behind him saying, taser deployed, this dipshit tries to swallow it. Started choking as he gets tased. That gotta be somebody's kink, but it ain't mine. I'm pretty sure it wasn't his. But he fell down there and died. Like, the big issue was the family said, no, he died from you electrocuting him. And of course, the police were like, no, he died from choking. Regardless of what it was, I still found his death hard to swallow. But like, we had to go to his funeral, and I didn't know his people. Like, you know the dealers, but you don't know their family, but somehow they know yours because they like to threaten them with it. So I go there, and I'm having to hear all these things about this man I've never met. They're like, Bubba was a pillar of this community. Pillar? He sold crack. Never sold pills. They said his legacy will remain forever. Factual. He's destroyed several communities that will never be repaired. They said he died so young. At 54? A 54-year-old crack dealer is a 108-year-old person. He should have been on Today's Show Smuckers Edition. But the one thing that killed me is like everybody's walking around like, oh, well, may he rest in power. May he rest in power. And that is a pretty fucked up thing to say about somebody that got electrocuted.